Welcome guys. In this video, we are going over is the top 10 mistakes you make in PUBG Mobile. And I will give you some tips and tricks to fix those mistakes. We will start with number 1 and end up on number 10. And there is a bonus tip for you at the end of the video. Make sure you watch this full video to become a better player than before. Deadly mistake number 1. Fighting without cover. Having a cover is a big advantage in PUBG. It allows you to avoid damage and gunshots, and also you can quickly heal up and peek to engage your enemy. Fighting without cover is the deadliest mistake PUBG players can make. Try to use any type of object as your cover. Example like vehicles, ridges, trees, rocks, etc. Any of these will do the work and gives you some extra time to think and engage. If you decide you engage an enemy without any cover, then you better kill your enemy quickly, because you have nowhere to go if you miss any shots. And also try not to throw grenades without any cover. Your enemies can able to hear the grenade opening sound. Deadly mistake number 2. Not being prepared for early fights. Early fights are common in PUBG, as many players will choose to hot drop for instant action or for instant kills. So before you engage in early fights, make sure you have a decent gun with a helmet and vest. Then you have a higher chance of winning the fights. Always wait for your enemies to push at you. In this way you can easily win the fights in early games. However, most people prefer to land in a more distant location away from other players so they can loot up safely. But this doesn't mean early fights doesn't happen, and not being prepared for early fights is a big mistake. Deadly mistake number 3. Mishandling grenades. Most people throw grenades without cooking, and it will give plenty of time for the opponent to get away. Including myself, I used to throw grenades without cooking at all. It gave enough time for enemies to get away.
Cover me!
So the perfect way to cook grenade is cooking till 3 seconds or 2 seconds if the enemy is so close. In this way, your enemy will not have enough time to escape or move out from their position. So they have no other option than dying to grenade. Here is another example. Cook until 2 to 3 seconds before throwing. Anyway, throw a grenade only if you think there would be an enemy. In this way, your enemies will freak out and start panicking. So you can kill them easily.
बढ़िया बढ़िया लगा बढ़िया लगा उसे जेंटेक्स बॉम्ब पे ओ भाई मौज आ गई.
Deadly mistake number 4. Overexposing yourself or not leaning. Overexposing yourself or body peeking can be very dangerous and completely unnecessary. Instead of peeking with your entire body, make sure you lean out to avoid being an easy target for your enemy. Try not to expose your body while taking TPP. Example like this. Try to use these lean options to get much better TPP. And your body won't be overexposed. An example like this. Your body won't be overexposed and you will have a smaller hitbox. Or like this. Deadly mistake number 5. Not changing position when spotted. When you've been spotted in combat, your enemy will know exactly where you are and exactly where to aim. For example, I spotted this enemy on top of this building. I tried shooting, but I couldn't get a good angle. So I was trying to get a better angle and I found. But the enemy didn't change his position at all. So it is very important to change your position if you've been spotted, because if you don't, then you will be a very easy predictable target. So it's highly recommended to change your position when you think you've been spotted. Deadly mistake number 6. Tunnel vision. Don't remain focused on one spot or on enemy position for too long. Always scan your surroundings to avoid getting flanked. When you are in a gunfight and you spotted an enemy and you haven't seen him for a couple of seconds, and you have to assume that player has moved or repositioning to attack you in a different way. Always be careful when this happens and be looking in all directions to see if anyone approaching you. And try changing your position if you think your enemy already spotted you. Deadly mistake number 7. Bad looting habits. When someone wins a gunfight and then they immediately start looting, at this moment most players should carry extra utilities like smoke grenades. There is zero harm in throwing smoke grenades on the loot boxes in the open if you really need some loot. The habit of running directly to a loot box after a fight is also a bit of bad habit. Try to take a look around and see if you can spot anyone. Because gunfire attracts players like nothing else in this game, so try to throw smoke grenades where you're going to loot, or at least check if anyone is near you. Deadly mistake number 8. Pairing weapons inefficiently. The weapon balance patch has made SMGs much more popular, especially Uzi with that scope attachment. And also people started using DMRs as well. The key to selecting the perfect weapons is being prepared for any situations as possible. Using Uzi and a sniper rifle is an overall effective weapon combination for an SMGs and a bolt-action sniper. But leaves you with some gaps in mid-range engagements. And you should probably try to avoid this situation where you are unable to deal with a specific type of gunfights. And if you have to take the fight in mid-range. Which SMGs are weak in mid-range. So you have to rely on skills shots with a sniper rifle. If your target has DMRs or an assault rifle, they can put pressure on you from the ranges you can't easily deal with. There are many situations where Uzi and sniper are fine. But in the game of averages, you want to select the weapon that effective everywhere. An example like M416 with Mini 14, you get ammo synergy and precision at mid-range and long range. If SMGs are really your preference, then I would recommend pairing with Mini 14 because it has high bullet speed, which is really good in mid and long range. One of the main thing you should be aware when it's time to trade out weapons depending on situations. Deadly mistake number 9. Not paying attention to your sound. Everyone knows that your sound is really important in PUBG. But there are many who simply aren't paying attention or perhaps are playing with very low volume. Or even a few people play without headphones. Anyway, I made a sound guide that will help you to identify the footsteps easier. Link is in description. Deadly mistake number 10. Not optimizing your sensitivity settings. Sensitivity settings are extremely complicated to get it right, especially for your particular device. A lot of people don't have their optimized settings, either they simply copy and paste settings of someone else and thinking it would work fine. However, those particular sensitivity settings are not built for your mobile. And this can cause issues. And you become smart about your settings and figure out what works for you and your device. Because each and every phone has different touch sensitivity and touch refresh rate, and the hardware will be different. So it's always better to figure out your own sensitivity settings. And I have made a video that will help you to figure out to find your optimal or optimized settings. Link is in the description and make sure to check it out. And a bonus one. Missing loot or overlooting, these both are really big mistakes to your gameplay. Missing loot is something that even the most experienced players are gonna do time to time, especially in the high-pressure situations. And when there is a lot of loot to sort through and you need something specific. No PUBG player is never gonna have 100% loot accuracy, and you shouldn't try to, and if you attempt to do that you will waste a lot of time or spend too much time looting. So it's better to take essentials and take the items that you are absolutely going to use them. And forget all the extra stuff, you will anyway find them later. This video inspired and the concept is based on Wacky Jackie and Chopper's videos, special thanks to them. And check them out in the description. Thank you for watching my video this far, and I hope you learned anything new today, and if you have any additional tips of your own, let me know them in comments. And hope you enjoy my gameplay.